Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today we're going to be doing a Bamboo Sword Numeron test hand video. So I'm really excited for this one because Izzy actually requested this one this month for their particular deck profile and test hand, and they love for me to make crazy decks. So this deck actually can skip your opponent's entire turn and summon Infinitrack Megaclops against your opponent, or Utopic Zexal, whichever one you want to summon, depending on how the ban list goes. But it's a really insane deck that basically focuses around using the Bamboo Swords to be able to go after your opponent and shut down their entire turn, which I'm really excited to show you guys exactly how it works. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below because we have some awesome rewards you guys, like getting your name description for every single video, getting a signed card in the mail, or even getting requested deck profile every single month to your patron along with test hands just like Izzy did. And definitely give Izzy some love down in the comments because this deck is actually bonkers, because you can just throw Numeron in here with the Bamboo Swords, and you guys are probably thinking, wait, what? How do you do that? They're machines. You'll see. It's pretty insane. This deck can even draw 8 cards per turn with just 2 cards in your hand, which is actually nuts, which I'll show you guys the exact combo on how to do that. So let's get straight on into this and see what we can actually pull off. So this deck, like I said, is very, 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 very crazy. Izzy loves for me to make spicy decks for you guys, and so that's just what I did with this one. This one took a lot of time to actually pull off. So you guys, if you do want to check out and help out the DarkArmedDuelist channel, definitely go over there to the Patreon. It does super help out the channel so I can continue to make crazy decks like this for you guys. So let's go ahead and see what we can actually pull off with this. I love these sleeves, by the way. I don't even know if I can find them anymore. I found them one time on like eBay. You guys are requesting that all the time and asking me, what kind of sleeves do you guys use? Well, it's actually like Ultra Pro, the small size Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves, if you guys are actually wondering. So let's go ahead and see what we can pull off with our very first test hand. I will show you guys an optimal test hand as soon as we just see what we can actually pull off. So for the first hand, we're going to go ahead and draw into a copy of Terminal World, a copy of Cursed Bamboo Sword, Numeron Wall. This is already shaping up to be really good. The Numeron Network, and a Royal Magic Library. Okay, this is great. So what you can do with this particular hand is really, really simple. You can go ahead and use the copy of the Numeron Wall that if you don't control, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to be able to activate a copy of Numeron Network directly from your hand or deck. So we're going to go immediately and activate one from the deck because you want to save the one in your hand just in case that you can get out another card. So we're going to go ahead and do that really fast. So we're going to go ahead and activate the copy of the Numeron Network. So again, very simplistic plays, very easy in what you're trying to do. So sometimes you can just do something that's really simple and throw out the copies of your Numeron Network on your side of the field to be able to really go after your opponent. So we're going to go ahead and activate Numeron Network, which has the ability that you can only normal summon, which it has the condition that during your main phase you can send one Numeron spell from your deck to your hand, or your deck to the graveyard. That means it's some activation requirements and you don't have to detach any materials. Now the card that you're always going to send, if you guys are unfamiliar with the Numeron engine, which that's kind of bad, all of those are stuck together, and good all at once. If you're unfamiliar with what it does, you always send your copy of Numeron Calling, which special summons your gates, but it only lets you for the rest of the turn normal or special summon once for the rest of the turn. So you really don't want to activate this right off the bat. You want to go ahead and normal summon out the copy of the Royal Magic Library because this card states that if Numeron Network is in your field spell zone, you control no monsters, you can special summon, you can't control the library. So you're going to go ahead and send the copy of the Numeron Network because you're going to go ahead and establish the Megaclops right away to be able to go in for your particular play. So we're going to go ahead and throw out our copy of each one of the gates, the 3, 2, and 1 gate onto your side of the field, and then link away your monsters to be able to summon into your copy of your Megaclops, and then this will go to the graveyard. And then we're going to go ahead and start establishing our lock with the copy of the Terminal World, because once you establish the Terminal World, you can really go off with your plays because you had the activation requirement of you have to activate it during the main phase 1, and then it skips everybody's main phase 2. So if they can't handle the copy of Megaclops, they're going to lose their main phase 2, which is pretty cool. Now we draw into our next turn. The Memories of Hope would have helped us right off the bat, but that's pretty much what you do in the most simplistic way. That's how the deck starts. So if we're going to actually open up an insane hand, I'm going to show you guys a really insane hand. So let's go ahead and open up a copy of Memories of Hope, a copy of Terminal World, a copy of literally any of the bamboo swords and a copy of Burning Bamboo Sword. So that's going to be the most optimal hand that you can open up. Really, you just need this and the copy of the Numeron Network. You don't need Memories of Hope, but I'm going to show you guys how it goes if you actually pull off the Memories of Hope. You don't even have to open up all of this. You can actually open up the serial spell, and it's going to dig deep enough that you're going to open up whatever you need. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys that. If you open up this, you've opened up pretty much everything you need, but these are the cards that you need to establish your lock, and then these are the ones that are going to be your really big extenders. So we're going to go ahead and say that we don't have... Let's say we don't have the copy of Terminal World. So we're going to go ahead and put that on top of the deck. We're going to draw into it. It's not that big of a deal because you're going to dig deep enough. I'm going to show you guys you're going to dig deep enough to hit it anyways. So just go ahead and shuffle the deck up. I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to actually pull something out. Or if you want to make it so we're guaranteed to get it off, go ahead and have the Terminal World in hand. Right here, let me get it really quick for you guys. Grab that copy of Terminal World and put that copy of the Cursed Bamboo Sword in the deck because you have a 1 in 4 chance. You have a 4 chance of getting it, an equipped spell. So if you open up a hand like this, we're like, oh my god, that's amazing. I don't wonder how we got all that. So we're going to immediately activate the copy of the Numeron Network. Now, this is the most ideal field that you can absolutely get in this particular deck. Like, probably one of the most ideal. You guys might know something better than I do, but this is like one of the best ones. So we're going to go ahead and immediately send the copy of the Numeron Calling from our deck to the graveyard. So once you send that from deck to graveyard, you're going to activate its effect to be able to special summon out to your side of the field a copy of each gate between 3, 4, or their copy of 3, 2, 4, and 1 onto your side of the field. Doesn't matter what order you summon them in, you just summon them. So then you're going to activate your copy of the Burning Bamboo Sword and your copy of Terminal World. So once you activate these, you're going to be skipping your opponent's main phase 1 or main phase 2. And then if you activate a copy of a Bamboo Sword, you're going to skip their main phase 1. So you're pretty much skipping, they get the draw phase, a battle phase, and an end phase. That's it. So we're going to go ahead and activate the copy of Memories of Hope, chain the copy of Serial Spell, and then you're going to draw 8. Literally, if you had any other card in your hand, it wouldn't matter. But I'm just showing you guys pretty much the ideal hand. Because the way that this works is if you have... You can only activate this card when you have 1 or more normal spells. When you activate it, you discard all the cards in your hand to the graveyard, and then the effect becomes that. So you have to have 1 card in your hand. Doesn't matter what it is. You have to have any 1 card in your hand. So you could have kept the Burning Bamboo Sword or Terminal World or whatever you felt like you needed, any bonus card, and you discard it. And then you draw 8 from the top of your deck. And I'm like, whoa, I just drew crazy. See, I already hit it because that actually would have been one of the cards. And I had the Allure of Darkness that I can then go here. I can dig deeper in the deck with a copy of the Terraforming. I have Allure that digs 2 deeper. I have the copy of Golden Bamboo. I just have so many dig cards in here at that point that it's ridiculous how like deep you can dig into this deck. So essentially you've already established your log. So this doesn't really matter what you get. You've gone like plus... Like you started with 5 and you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You've already gone plus 10. Like it's that easy. So we're going to go ahead and go into Mega Clops right here. And you now have, during your end phase, you can activate any of these or set to if you want to. You can activate the second copy of Burning Bamboo Sword to really lock your opponent down. Activate the copy of Terraforming or set it so you don't have to discard. And then you have all these cards in your hand left over. This will touch the graveyard, skip your opponent's turn. They can't summon. Then you go in and peck them 1 time with this. Draw for turn, which you would have dug deeper anyways. And then you can just activate a copy of, say, Allure, dig deeper, dig 2 deeper into the deck, which you're going to draw into a copy of the Terminal World, which is going to be totally fine. And then you're going to discard that to the graveyard. And then you've got the copy of Upstart, which you can then activate that, grab the copy of Golden Bamboo. And you could have activated the Terraforming, which would have thinned the deck even more to be able to grab one of your copies of your Cursed Bamboo, which would have been very close to the top, hopefully, right there. So you could have dug deeper into the deck if you wanted to, but that's pretty much how you establish the lock. You just have a Bamboo Sword, and then you activate it while your copy of the Terminal World is on your side of the field and Burning Bamboo Sword, and you win, because it skips your opponent's entire turn, which is insane. So let's go ahead and shuffle up the deck and just see what we can pull off. You can actually pull off some really crazy stuff because you have Scapegoats in the deck too. But pretty much you're doing Numeron stuff with basically skipping your opponent's turn. Like it's taking the Numeron engine and saying, haha, I got you. essentially. And even if you don't pull off the bamboo stuff, you still have the Numeron engine to just go in, drop it against your opponent, and OTK them. You can even skip your opponent's draw phase if you get the Soul Devouring Bamboo Sword instead. It just kind of depends on which one you get going first or going second. So you really want to go first, as you can probably see. So we're going to go ahead and draw into an Eater of Millions, Numeron Network, Royal Magic Library, and Terminal World. So as you can see, you still have some really good plays here. So with this particular hand, you can go ahead and activate the copy of the Numeron Network. Numeron Network will then activate sending your copy of your Numeron Call from your deck to the graveyard, which then will special summon all your particular pieces that you need, which is each one of the gates to your side of the field, which then you can link summon off your side of the field, some of the Mega Clops, and then, or you can go into your copy of the Utopic Zexal instead, and then shut your opponent down for the rest of the turn if it doesn't get banned on the next ban list. Put it in defense mode, and then during the end phase, one of your gates will go to the graveyard. And you can go into either one of these, whichever you want. Skip your opponent's next main phase 2, and then pass. And then when you go into your next turn, you can summon out the copy of Eater of Millions if you want to. You draw into the copy of the Bamboo Sword. And you still have plays because you have the copy of Eater of Millions that can just banish any of your 5 cards that you don't need out of your extra deck, which you're probably not going to need your gates, and you're probably not going to need your copy of Alamirage. So you can just immediately get rid of these, and you get an Eater of Millions that comes out right at about 500 attack points, and you can swing multiple times with it, or you can swing at least once, banish something, and then this will be at least at 2,000 to be able to get you additional plays, and this will just eat through anything until you establish your lock. So even if you don't establish it right off the bat, you're still okay, and it's very consistent to establish the lock. It's just you need to draw certain cards to be able to go off, which is pretty much any combo deck. You need to draw certain cards to go off, but at the same time, if you get pushed to go second, which is something that I really want to emphasize, you do have the Numeron Network with the Numeron Calling that you can just OTK your opponent right off the bat with the copy of Numeron Network and Numeron Calling to be able to drop it against your opponent to be able to go after them with a 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, and then 8,000 finally beat stick on your side of the field, which is really crazy. So let's go ahead and shuffle it up one more time, see what we can pull off, and actually see what we can do. So I'm really surprised actually that nowadays you're not seeing the Numeron Network as much from what I've anticipated. I thought you were going to see it a lot more. Like Eldridge went to the Synchro version for a while, and then they went to the copy of Invokes, and you just don't see it quite as much as you used to in the meta field. And that's why I'm kind of worried that they're not going to ban Utopic Zexal here like they ban it in the OCG. So let's go ahead and see what we can pull off in the next one. So we're going to draw into a copy of Serial Spell, Eater of Millions, a Serial Spell, a copy of you get Numeron Network again, and Numeron Calling this time. So if we draw into this and we do get pushed to go second, you're still fine because you have the copy of the Numeron Network and you have a Cursed Bamboo Sword. So you have plenty of plays in your particular hand to go off with just the Numeron Network. You have plenty of plays, and none of this is really dead because you can just activate your copy of your Numeron Network and then use Numeron Calling and then summon out all your pieces again and go off to be able to play your next turn to be able to summon Megaclops or your Utopic Zexal. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with one more. As you guys have seen with the copy of Serial Spell, with Memories of Hope plus your copy of Numeron Network and a copy of, let's see, Numeron Network and Serial Spell, this is probably one of the most insane plays. If you pull nothing from this deck, and you really don't, if you get this in any deck, you have the most bonkers hand ever because you're going to draw 8. This card is insane. You're going to draw 8. I don't know why people in Eldridge are not playing this. They need to be playing Serial Spell in their Eldridge. And I probably will do a deck profile of Serial Spell in Eldridge to be able to show you guys that one too at some point. So let's go ahead and do at least one more and see what we can do for this one. Go ahead and shuffle the deck up. You have locks that you can establish. You have the ways to just stop your opponent from being able to go off. You have plenty of ways of being able to OTK your opponent in this deck. I mean, this deck does literally everything, which is what's so cool. So we're going to go ahead and draw into a Memories of Hope, Eater of Millions, Allure of Darkness, and a copy of Serial Spell. Okay, now all we need is Numeron Network, and we are set. And this is totally random. This is totally randomized. So we're going to go ahead and drop the copy of Allure to be able to dig into the deck. And even if you don't, you do have the copy of Eater of Millions to still stay in the game. So we're going to draw into a Bamboo Sword and a copy of Golden Bamboo Sword, which, keep in mind, this only resolves if you have a copy of an equipped Bamboo Sword on your side of the field, not a continuous. So we're going to go ahead and use the copy of Eater of Millions, put it on our side of the field, and banish and stall out our opponent for banishing 5 out of the extra deck is what I would probably do, of 5 particular cards that you just don't need. So you just banish these, and you have a 500 attack point monster that it's going to banish at least 1 for 1 against your opponent. So if we draw for turn, you're going to draw into the copy of the Broken Bamboo Sword, say they got rid of this, and you still have plays, because as long as you keep these 4 in your extra deck, plus either the Zexal or the copy of your Megaclops, you're okay. I usually like to keep the Megaclops because it's harder for people to out. So I'm going to keep these in the extra deck, and I'm going to banish everything else and special summon out the copy of Eater of Millions, drop the copy of the Bamboo Sword, activate the copy of the Broken Bamboo Sword, drop the copy of the Golden Bamboo Sword, draw 2 off the top of the deck, and draw into a copy of Terminal World, and they can't activate for the rest. They can't have a turn. Next turn, drop the copy of Dark World Dealings. We both draw, and then we discard, which I really wouldn't want to discard Dealings, but you could. And then I'm going to hold on because I really want to get out my copy of the Numeron Network, swing for the 500, or actually the 1,000 now, plus the whatever I banished the previous turn, so I'm at least at 1,100 here. And then I have the copy of Cursed, activate the copy of Cursed, you don't get a main phase 1 or a main phase 2 again. And then I draw again, and I get into the Numeron Calling. I can link this, well, I can't link it away because I got rid of all my cards, but if you get rid of this, at this point, I have the copy of the Numeron Calling if I need to get it out the Numeron Network, which I could get Numeron Network, you'd really be out. So you have plenty of weird plays in this particular deck to just dig deep into the deck, as you guys can see, where you can just grab what you need to go off with your particular plays. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Let's do one last test hand. This will be the last one, and see what we can actually pull off. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. So for the last one, we're going to draw into a copy of Numeron Network. We're already okay. A second Numeron Network, an Allure of Darkness, Scapegoat, and a copy of Golden Bamboo Sword. So you're not going to establish any crazy locks, but you do have the copy of the Numeron Network to go off with. So we're going to do Numeron Network right off the bat. You have the Terminal World if you do draw for the turn, and if you do draw deeper, you get a copy of Dealings if you were to blind Allure, just to show you guys, because I know somebody was wondering that. Go ahead and hit the copy of Calling, and then you're going to summon out one of each of the gates, which is going to be this, 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 and this, onto your side of the field. Link them away right here. Summon out your copy of, probably the safe bet would be to go for the Megaclops, because your opponent can't like avail it or anything. They can't do anything to it, or impermit. This will touch the graveyard, but make sure you set the copy of Scapegoat. So I'm going to show you why Scapegoat's so pivotal. So if we pass turn, we let our opponent go, and they can't get rid of the Megaclops, at end phase, activate the copy of Scapegoat, which I'm going to summon out 4 goat tokens onto my side of the field, which we're going to put all these on my side of the field, and a dual disc as well, just as an extra token. I always keep that as an extra token. I don't know why, but we have the goat tokens on our side of the field. So once you summon these, you can go ahead and link 2 of them away. These 2 right here, put that one there, it doesn't matter. Summon out the copy of Masquerena, and then you can link a second one away off your side of the field, and you can summon out your copy of Link Spider if you didn't draw for turn, actually. So we're going to draw in the Terminal World. And then you also have the copy of Link Rebo if you can summon out the copy of Link Rebo later. And then you can link, if you want to, these away for something else in your particular extra deck, if you want to go that route. If you had something to normal summon here, like a copy of the library, you could summon into Boral Sword later if you wanted to. So you have plenty of plays there. If you did blind Allure, though, I'll show you guys now, you wouldn't hit it, but you would hit the library, which then would send from your hand to the graveyard all of the cards in your hand. So you still have plenty of plays to go off, and as you can see, you still have some crazy stuff that you can pull off in this deck. So I'm really excited to show you guys this deck. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely tell me what you think of this deck down in the comments down below. It's a really interesting like Bamboo Sword take where you can just immediately get these cards out on your side of the field. You can use the Numeron package to be able to go off into your copies of your cards. And I will show you guys one really quick thing that's really cool that you guys will definitely see in the deck profile. But you can actually lock your opponent out completely of their entire turn, essentially, if you get this, and a copy of Terminal World, because your copy of the Soul Devouring will skip your opponent's skip your opponent's draw phase. This will skip your opponent's main phase 1, and this will skip your main phase 2. So they don't get a draw, a main phase 1, or a main phase 2. They get a standby, and they get a battle and an end phase. That's all they get if you inflict damage to your opponent and you activate a copy of a bamboo sword. So that's pretty cool. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a really fun deck. It does play Numeron, and I'm really excited that it actually does play the Numeron stuff because it's interesting. The only thing that I've thought about maybe throwing in here is 2 copies of Desires. I didn't put in the Desires because I didn't want to banish all my particular one-ofs that I was playing in this deck because they're really helpful. But at the same time, you're going to really benefit off the Eater of Millions, so you might want to throw in 2 copies of Desires if you want to. So that's it for the deck, guys. Oh, you don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below because we have all those awesome awards. And we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.